Do you have any tips for osteoarthritis?
Be glad it's not rheumatoid arthritis.
Yeah.
Be glad it's not lupus. All of those are variations of arthritis. There's over 100 different kinds of arthritis if you really get into it.
Right.
Osteoarthritis is a mystery. A lot of people have it and they have to put up with it, and they get into the habit of taking painkillers to deal with it, but that doesn't solve the problem. It masks the problem. Right. Osteoarthritis is dealing with joints, usually in the hands and feet, but it can be elsewhere. It can be in the spine. Then it's really terrible. But I tend to think, first of all, there's no cure that I'm aware of, or boy, everybody would know what it is.
So maybe you can give generic tips in the terms of the arthritis, and you can combine it with the osteoporosis, because that's another question.
Okay. All osteo means bone, and anything, the itis means inflammation of, and porosis means depletion of mass in this case. Usually a loss of calcium, a loss of other minerals in the bone, and it means your predilection to break bones and to fall are increased when you have osteoporosis. Osteopenia is just before the measurement of osteoporosis. If you're tending toward osteoporosis, namely brittle bones, you have to be very, very careful, because what happens here is people fall and the first thing that breaks is either a wrist or a hip, and those are terrible. Anything that affects your ability to walk is one of the worst things that can happen to us as we get older, or any time, because that is how we get around. Once you cannot walk, you have to be dependent on other people, and that is something that is really scary, unless you live in a household of people that are just waiting to help you. And that's rare. And as far as arthritis is concerned, I have no cure, obviously. Heat tends to help. Aspirin helps some. NSAIDs help some. Some people are allergic to NSAIDs, so you have to get something stronger. You can only mask it. The other thing is that sometimes you get, so your joints lock, like a finger will be in this, it's called trigger finger. The best way around that is to just straighten it out. But it really means the cartilage, or those discs, like I mentioned before, has either gotten brittle or non-existent, and the bones lock in various positions. The typical treatment for that initially is cortisone, and eventually surgery. And what they do with surgery, they may insert a fake piece of cartilage. They can do that now, especially in knees. It works for a bit, but arthritis is chronic. As far as I know, there is no cure, unfortunately. It's a royal pain. That's the best I can say. But if you exercise and move, if you do stretching and keep the joints mobile, it tends to produce fluid. It tends to draw fluid to the joint and prevent the severity and prevent the rapidity of arthritis's bad development.